Hey, good morning, Bulldog Nation. It's Monday. That makes us 1 week closer to when we can be back together in our building as a community. I hope you're all doing well, as always. Hey, my mentor, may he rest in peace, Dr. Carl Hollander said, incomplete endings lead to incomplete beginnings. It's so important to come to closure on the big things of our life so that we can move forward clean and ready to go and grow. We have 1 month left of school, which is a very weird number. On one hand, students, 1 month is 4 weeks that we can stay engaged in our learning and get our grades up and finish the school year strong. On the other hand, 4 months is going to go very fast. In 2 weeks, our seniors will be done, and 2 weeks after that, everybody will be done. So it's very important that we start to think about how do we bring this school year together in a positive way. One of the things that I'm noticing in my contact with our students and families is, yeah, it's getting hard. I subscribe to a lot of mental health and social work, Facebook groups, emails, whatever you call them. So I get a ton of information, okay? Increasingly, there's more and more discussion about the impact of the COVID-19 virus on our sense of well-being, specifically as it relates to depression and anxiety. It makes perfect sense. If you think about depression, we and our children have lost everything that we think is normal. You come back to the end of the school year, there's so many rituals and celebrations that bring together another school year that our kids are just not going to have this year. So clearly that sense of loss could spurn an experience of depression. And if you struggle with depression beforehand, then it's going to be even worse. Anxiety. We're facing a period of incredible uncertainty. Nobody knows right now what the future holds. So it's logical. It makes sense that that's going to trigger some worry and anxiety. And again, if you struggled with anxiety beforehand, it's going to just complicate things. So what do we need to do right now as we're coming to the end of the school year? We need to provide the following supports for our young people, adults. Number one, we need to validate their experience. We talked before about seen, heard, felt, understood, and respected for who we are. Our kids need to know right now that we care and we understand what they're going through. I worked with a young person years ago, and this young person just laid a ton of stuff out in front of me. And for whatever reason that day, I said, you know something, I'm not sure what to do with this. And this is what the young person said to me. I don't need you to do anything. I just need you to care. Right now, it's critical that we validate our young people's experience. Adults, we need to be checking in constantly with our kids. Not every young adult, young person is going to come forward and verbally tell us what they need from us. We need to be aware of what their behavior is communicating to us. We need to constantly be checking in. And it's a balancing act, adults. On one hand, you want to be available and aware of what's going on in your young person's life. On the same or at the same time, you have to be careful not to nag. It's a delicate balancing act. If I had to encourage you to err, yeah, I'd probably err on being more available. Right now, it's critical that our kids stay connected to all the people in their lives. We talked about this before, that certainly our kids need to be connected to their families. But so much of the growing up work of a young adult is expanding their connections with people outside the family too. To the maximum extent possible, we want to encourage our kids to stay connected to the other people in their lives, even though it might just be virtual, which it will probably be virtual. We need to help our young people, and we do too, need to focus on what we can control. There's so much about this that's beyond our control that we need to bring it back to what can I do right now to make my life and my relationships a little bit better. The final thing we need to do is we need to find ways to connect to our kids. Any moment of connection throughout the day we need to capitalize on. Again, a lot of young people are not going to tell us what they need. We need to know what they need and reach out to provide that. Let's work together, and I'll be talking more about this incomplete endings leads to incomplete beginnings. We'll be talking more about what can we do to help our kids come to a positive sense of closure at the end of this school year. Hey, as always, I hope you're doing well. As always, stay strong, stay calm, stay kind, and no Bulldog stands alone. Please reach out if you need anything. Thank you, guys.